I mean, there's not really much to say other than this is a ludicrous amount of books. I realize that, but like I said, my mental health has been not good. And I need a way to get through it, and this is how I get through it. I earn my money, and this is how I choose to spend it. So also, Amazon was having a really good deal of like 30% off. So if you buy 3 books, you get 30% off. And a lot of the books that I've bought are Indie Pub, and that's pretty much the only place you can get them. And also, they're not the cheapest books, so getting 30% off, I don't have to justify myself, but I'm just saying, getting 30% off an Indie Pub is a good thing. So fuel up. I've got some Coke Zero because I may need this while we go through it. And here we go. Strap in. Biggest book haul ever. Okay, I'll try and count the books and let you know at the end, but there's a lot. So the first one I've actually already read, Silver Elite by Danny Francis. You will see my review, but all I'm saying is this is dystopian romantasy, training academy. Loved it 5 stars. I adored this book. I am Camp Silver Elite. I know not everyone is, but I very much am. Then I just got this one from Waterstones. You can see it's the exclusive edition. This is The Goldens by Laura Wilson. How far will they go for her? So so this is about Chloe, who she wants to become a best-selling writer, and she meets an influencer. And I think that kind of, she kind of gets involved with this influencer because she thinks she'll help her get famous, and then it all goes to crap. This is a gorgeous edition. That's, I think, is the original cover, which is beautiful as well. But I love this. And it says, The Golden is about to become your newest obsession. And I hope so. I'll be reading that next month. Then one I picked up from my friendly neighborhood Sainsbury's again. So I was buying my steak, is The Tarot Reader of Versailles. I actually did see this in Waterstones, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And also, The Tarot Readers of Versailles. It's got trigger words for me. France, tarot, and this is apparently a romance. It was also blurred by Hannah Kent, which says it was utterly captivating. So I cannot wait to read this. 2 women, an extraordinary power, an explosive bond. So this one is about in the early days of the French Revolution, and on the streets of Paris, terror reigns. So you've got the kind of French Revolution vibe. You've got Marie Antoinette. Well, she's not called Marie Antoinette in this, but Marie. And she has got extraordinary power. She can communicate with the dead through her tarot cards. And the revolutionaries and the aristocracy both are seeking her kind of counsel and divination. And then she kind of foresees the queen's fate. And she kind of gets embroiled in those plots. I think it sounds fantastic. It is one of the most beautiful covers I've seen all year. And like, half price at Sainsbury's. Why not? Treat myself. Then I picked up the latest Frida McFadden. I could not help myself. I literally got this today at the Works. Again, the Works are great if you want books at reduced prices. I have a few Frida McFadden books now. I'm going to be doing a Frida McFadden reading vlog because I want to know why the people either like or don't like Frida McFadden. And this sounds really, really good. This is giving me Bates Motel. So it says, Queen Alexandra has committed an unthinkable crime, so she makes a run for it. She leaves behind her home, her job, everything. And then when an unexpected snowstorm forces her off the road, Quinn is forced to take refuge in a broken-down, isolated Baxter motel. See where I was going with Bates Motel? The handsome and kindly owner, Nick Baxter, is only too happy to offer her a cheap room for the night. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, all I'm picturing is the shower scene from Psycho. Then, oh, I picked this up today. Oh, okay, I might as well just do both of these because... Okay, so anybody that recognizes these will know that these are trad pub versions of Hermione Harry Potter fanfiction. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I actually believe this is a kind of like a dark romancy, but this is a rom-com, which I'm not a rom-com fan, but I just desperately want to read this and I want to know what it's about. So this may be the book that converts me to rom-coms. And then this, Rose in Chains, is the trad pub version of The Auction. Obviously, they've taken out the overt Harry Potter references in these, although, you know, that really does look like Draco. Confession, I have started reading this because I could not help myself. And page 100, I'm loving it. I never read The Auction. I never got a chance before it was pulled. So, it's dark. And our main character, what's her name? Bryony she's about to enter the auction, which basically you have this fictional kingdom where you have these two types of magic and they kind of fighting each other. And one of them wins, and they basically are now enslaving the women from the other magic line, and they're going to be drawing on their magic. And also this book, can I just say, this book is stunning. So that is the front of it. And then it's got the most, and this is just the standard. I'm actually kicking myself now I didn't get the, but oh, look at that. Again, suspiciously looks like Draco and Hermione, but hey, it's not Draco and Hermione. But it's good. I'm enjoying it so far. Then let's open some packages, shall we? So let's see. There's going to be such a... Oh my god. Okay. These have multiple things in them, so you'll see this before I do. Carnal Urges! JT Geisinger. I have actually just listened to the audiobook of this, and I freaking loved it. So this is the second book in the, what are they called? The Queens of Monsters series. And this is just my version of comic relief, my version of palette cleanser. So this and the Salacious Players Club is just my favorite thing. They are mafia romances, but they are actually quite funny and super fun. I really enjoy them. The first one was 4-star, this is 5-star. The protagonist Sloane in this is so good. She makes me laugh so much. I'll do a full review on this, but I'm really happy. Oh, so it's kind of matches, doesn't it? I'm really happy to have a copy of that. What else is in here? Okay, so this is This Monster of Mine by Shalina. I will not say that second name because I will totally butcher it. And this is another new release that I'm really, really looking forward to reading. This is kind of based on ancient Rome, but like with a fantasy dark romance version of it. He ruined her life, she'll destroy his. Apparently enemies to lovers. It's going to be in one of my new release reading vlogs. I'm going to be doing a few of those. And yeah, I've been super, super excited. Let's see if this is pretty underneath. Super excited to read that. And then what else was in that package? Another new release I'm super excited to read. This is The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. And this is her latest release. He will tell his story, but will he tell the truth? So I believe you've got Ghostwriter Livia. She spent her whole life hiding from the fact that she was the only child of a legendary author, horror author, Vincent. And he was really famous, but he was also the prime suspect in the unaliving of her siblings. So I believe this book is about her kind of actually delving into his life and writing his memoir. So I'm super excited about that. It sounded incredible. Right, next. This is open. Clearly I've pulled something out of here already. Who knows? I've pulled something out of here. Wonderland, Jennifer Hellier. So this, I've been dying to read a Jennifer Hellier. Everybody says her books are really good if you like thriller. And like, I love anything with carnivals. So this one really appealed to me. It is, in Wonderland, Jennifer Hillier's fine knack for creating hideous killers is on vivid display. Oh, okay, so by day, Wonderland is like a magical amusement park with a retro charm. But behind the scenes, the rides need repairs and the clown museum might contain a lot more than just wax figures. Oh, clowns are so creepy. Someone is working hard to keep the park's dark secrets hidden beneath its weathered attractions. So, you know my obsession with H.D. Carlton. Satan's Affair, her kind of novella, is one of my favorite H.D. Carlton books. So this was just giving me that kind of vibe, like, why not, right? This one is also open, so goodness knows what was in there. So this is Master of Salt and Bone. This is Kerry Lake. Like I said, I've been wanting to read this, and when it was 30% off, I was like, again, we match. I thought I would get it because it would be rude not to. So Love is a Curse and the Devil Wears... what? Love is a Curse, the Devil Wears in Disguise. So this is part of my obsession with like water, seaside in the summer. And I believe... I love Kerry Lake books, by the way. I'm currently reading Nightshade. Oh, it's so good. I'm kicking myself I didn't get Infernium, which is the second book in the Nightshade series on the sale, but oh well. We'll just pay full price for that. When I was a little girl, I dreamed of a handsome knight. Dreamed a handsome knight would come and save me from my wretched mother. He'd ride up on his white steed and break the curse I've been fated to carry since the day I was born. Funny how things change over time, how the fairy tales twisted into something far more crooked and darker than I ever imagined. Look at the back of that. Oh yes. Oh yes. So I believe he a lighthouse? Lucian Blackthorn is cursed. Oh yeah, so he's cursed as well, and she's kind of a cursed girl and he's a cursed boy, and they fall in love. I just Nocturcadia, one of my favorite books of all time. I just trust Kerry Lake. I just trust Kerry Lake. I trust Kerry Lake, so I won't put that up there with my life. I don't trust many. Well, I don't value my life, so. But if I did, I would trust Kerry Lake with it. Right. Let's see. Let's see what else. Right. Okay, the other author I trust in my life. Legend! So this is Karina Halley. This is the second book to Hollow, which is a retelling of the Sleepy Hollow story in like a dark romance format by Miss Kerry Lake, who I adore. And I adore the Sleepy Hollow story. I adore the film. Tim Burton. But yes, I was like, well, I've got the first book. I may as well, get the second book. What else have we got in here? Oh, okay. Secrets of Mine. Again, this is book 2. So I have got Killer of Mine, which is right over there, and by Alexis Grace. So these are about, like, I can't remember who it was. One of the booktubers that I really like was talking about this. And they were saying that it is kind of like Criminal Minds, the Mind F series, that sort of. So you've got a serial unaliver and they're being chased by the FBI. And she's actually the daughter of a serial unaliver as well. So it's like the trope I like. And again, I was like, well, it's a duology. I may as well get book 2, seeing as I've got book 1 right over there ready to go. And then the last book, Autopsy of a Fairy Tale. So I did only buy the first book in the series. This is by Nicole Scarano. And I believe, so the other book that I want to get, but that wasn't on the 30% off, so I'm going to wait a little bit, is The Scattered Bones, because I've heard so many amazing things about The Scattered Bones. And then I started looking at the author, and this is her other series. So first of all, Autopsy of a Fairy Tale. I was like, what? Tell me more. And then the cover. And it says, after an attack on the job, homicide detective Isabel Emerson takes her dog and moves to the small town of Bajka in search of a less stressful life and career. But the quaint town's peace is disturbed with a local furniture designer's murdered. His body posed to look like a human chandelier. I thought that just sounded... Thrust back into the fray, Belle must confront her personal demons as she investigates an impossible case, and as bodies turn into household objects start to pile up, all clues point to the reclusive millionaire who's just bought the abandoned mansion at the end of town. That's so great! And these are really short as well. So this is, I believe, in the first book in the series, I think following the same cop. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. I'll let you know, because I hear everybody talk about Scattered Bones, but not about her other books, so... I was like, let's just give it a go, shall we? Like I said, be rude not to. I mean, oh, so I've been so excited to read this. So this is Gatsby, by Jane Crowther. It's a retelling of The Great Gatsby. Okay, smart, stylish, and scandalously sexy. I mean, look at the back. Oh, it just screams summer. This is going to be part of my next summer reading vlog. I've got Summer in the City by Alex Astor. This is going to be more romance. That's really summer themed. Yes. Everyone knows Gatsby. New money, murky past, a huge online following. So it's kind of a modern retelling of Gatsby. So excited to read that. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Right, what's next? Oh, The Deathless Shadows. So K.M. Moronova. I read Leave Me Behind, and I also read The Fabric of Our Souls, and I was obsessed. I adored both of those novels. This is the first in the Elcros, yes, I'm saying that right, Elcros Academy. So it literally starts with, this isn't a happy story, not at all. It's a sad story filled with lust, trauma, and dark magic. Say less. That is all I need to know. Again, I trust K.M. Moronova because the way that they write, I cannot wait to read that. Okay, I blame Larry for this one. So Larry's one of my favorite booktubers, Larry and Mariana. If you don't follow Larry, follow her. She's hilarious. And she read this based on her mother's recommendation of dark romance. This is the first one. The second one's somewhere in this pile. And she's obsessed with it. And she's talking about it. I'm like, I need to read this. So again, I was like, be rude not to. So this is Kylie Snow. This is apparently magical. So you have like, this is a witch and a prince. So it's fantasy, but also really messy kind of love story. So think so the vibes that I was getting was, think like Magnolia Parks, but like in a fantasy setting. And it's apparently, if you like messy, crazy love stories, you're gonna like this. I mean, the cover is stunning. Again, why does that look like Draco? But again, I just trust Larry's recommendations because we have very similar tastes. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Okay, she had that card back. Okay, again, this is going to be in my new release vlog. This is The Dance of Lies. I was going back and forth. Brittany Arena, romantic heart rending. Okay, and riveting. Heart rending and riveting. Okay. Okay. This sounded so beautiful. So it is about Vasily Morin was once a dancer in King Ilion's court until he framed her for murder. 2 long years in the shackled prison leaves her broken and hopeless until she's suddenly called to face the king. He offers her a deal, pose as a dancer at the royal gathering, spy on his enemies, and he'll grant her freedom. But is all as it seems. And then she's got to team up with someone, and his brother, and there's some rivalry, enemies to lovers. I know it's done. It is a trope I love. I'm a simple girl, okay? I like enemies to lovers. I'm a basic bitch. But this just sounds really, really good. And I love the sort of dance element in this. So again, this is going right into my new release. Why do they all match me? Now I'm just going to dive down here and grab a whole bunch of more mugs. yeah. We're just going to grab some more books. Hi, I'm back. Okay. What else have we got? I need a drink. Okay. Sorry, we're going to be here a while. I you take a drink if you haven't. Obsidian. So this is Jennifer Armentrout. I have never heard of the series. You're going to laugh. I picked this up in TK Maxx. You know, buying some clothes because, again, meaningless consumer-driven life. And I saw this, and it says, starting over sucks, when Kay moves to West Virginia right before her senior year, she's pretty much resigned herself to thick accents, dodgy internet access, and a whole lot of boring. I'm sorry, West Virginia, until she spots her hot new neighbor. But he's not what he seems. Damon is infuriating, arrogant, stab-worthy, alien, but when a stranger attacks Kay and Damon freezes time to save her, something unexpected happens. So I believe this is the first in a series. And it was $3.99. And I just thought, cover's gorgeous. Jennifer Armentrout, not one I've heard about before, which is, hey, good times. Let's see, what do Better World Books have for me? I think I mentioned before, I really love getting secondhand books online. Oh, of course. Ms. Garina Halley, Shooting Scars. So this is, I have the other 2 books down here. They were in a previous book haul. That's all 3. This is a series by Karina Halley. It's called The Artist Trilogy, about tattoo artists, bikers, dark romance. I mean, yes, all the things I love in life, bikers, tattooers, and dark romance. So I got all 3 books, and I could really only get them secondhand. I don't know, I think the new ones are out of print, so you can tell these 2 are library copies, and this one has been through the ringer, but I don't care. I am on a mission to collect every Karina Halley book ever written. So there's that. Then we picked up a few more. I did find King of Pride for the princely price of $1.50 in a charity shop. Now, I think this is the second book, but I'm just going to give it a go. I have subsequently heard most people say they don't really like this one, but I was like, well, it's the first time I've ever seen this in a charity shop. The charity shops around here, I've had very little luck in them. Although having said that, I've got another one coming up. So I saw this and I was like, hey, she's his opposite in every way and the greatest temptation he's ever known. So this is billionaire romance. How bad could it be? And then I picked up this copy of V.E. Schwab's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Again, this was $1.50 in there as well. I adore this book. This is it looks like it's an unread copy. Now, I've read Addie LaRue. I love it. I don't know where my copy is. Okay, I think in the move it got unhauled somehow. I do want to get these special, I've always wanted to get this beautiful special edition, but I kind of wanted to get this one so I could reread it, because after reading Very Bones in the Midnight Soil, I feel like I need to reread every V. Schwab book ever written, because she is a genius. So yes, I'll be rereading that. I'm also doing a video, it'll probably be next month, on rereading my favorite books from like the past to see if I still love them. So that's going to be one of the ones that's in there. Then I also picked up Middle of the Night. This was also at DK Maxx for $3.99, so I can see the price tag on the back. This is Middle of the Night, Riley Sager. Again, I adore Riley Sager. I have not read this one. So I'm planning to do a whole Riley Sager video. So I needed to finish my collection, and I couldn't believe when this was randomly on the shelf. I love going in there and getting randomly on the shelf stuff. So we'll put that over there because it's going to be read soon. And then this book. Again, this was the other charity shop find. This is Tell Me No Lies by, who's this? Mallory Blackman. Now, am I right in thinking Mallory Blackman wrote Noughts and Crosses? Correct me if I'm wrong. But it says, Microphilo eyes like lasers boring into his back. He had to fight not to turn around. Did she know his face? Had she recognized him? And it just sounds... It says Gemma cuts out pictures from her scrapbook, pictures of mothers like the one she will never ever see again. Mike is the new boy at school, a boy who is desperate not to be noticed, who has a secret so terrible it will haunt him forever. But Gemma's sure she's seen Mike's face before, and now she's out to get him. I just thought that sounded so good. And it is very, very short, so I thought a fun, good, thrillery, spooky read. Like why not, right? Like why not? Because that sounds good. I'm just going to pick up some more... things off the floor so we can actually open them without me disappearing every 5 seconds. Right. What's this one? We don't know. Oh, that's good then. Oh, geez. You think it'd be easier? Like, I think I've been practice by now. What am I looking? Yes! Problematic Summer. I've been looking for this. So this is Early Hazelwood. Again, this is going to go into that same vlog I was talking about for summer romance. So it's going to be this, it's going to be Gatsby, it's going to be Summer and City by Alex Astor, and there might be something else. But yeah, this is Ali Hazelwood's latest release. I've heard nothing, but everybody hated Deep End. I haven't read Deep End. This is my first Ali Hazelwood, by the way. And everybody hated the one before this. But everybody seems to be loving this one. So I was like, well, I may as well go in not in the deep end and go in the one that everybody loves. This is Age Gap. And I believe set at a wedding in Tuscany, if I'm not, is it Tuscany? Somewhere in Italy? Everybody says it's the perfect summer read. You know, who am I to argue with everyone else? Ugh. Okay, let's see. You still with me? What have you been buying lately? Tell me, what books have you acquired? Have you acquired any? Oh, okay. Again, this Mariana and Larry have really, and like everybody else on BookTube has influenced me to, I have to put that down, there's other books in there, to buy this. This is City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. This is book 1. Again, I was really tempted to get the other books. But hers is just a chonker, and I was like, well, hold your horses, girl. But this is urban fantasy romance. Death is only the beginning. And I love urban fantasy romance. I'm going to be doing a whole video on some of my favorite urban fantasy romance because I've got some sort of OGs and then some new ones, and this is one I'm hoping to read for that, although you've seen that she's a chonker. I am not going to read. She's a human struggling to survive in the city. Oh yeah, so she's like an ordinary human, and there's vampires, werewolves, witches. So it's just people tend to compare this to the Crescent City, so Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, which I love. So I'm very excited about that. Let's see what else. You tell me, what is that? Ah, okay, Nightwolf. So Karina Halley, like I said, I'm basically on a mission to collect everything Karina Halley. This is part of the Black Sunshine. So we've got Black Sunshine, The Blood is Love, and then Nightwolf is part of that sort of trilogy. They're all interconnected. You meet, this is Amethyst's story, and Amethyst is a human. She works for Absalom the vampire, but she falls in love with his kind of vampire sidekick. So apparently this is really beautiful, really emotional. A lot of people really love this one the most. So okay, we'll tidy up later. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then what else have we got in here? Oh, okay. Autumn of the Grimoire by J.L. Vamper. Bailey Latham, another one of my favorite booktubers. She was talking about this one and The Exorcism of Fairies. Now, The Exorcism of Fairies is on my TBR for this month. And she read that one, I think, last month and said it was incredible. And then she read this one, and the way she was talking about this and saying this is also really incredible, I had to buy it. So this again is the first in a series. This is about witches, and it's like witches control everything bad in the world. So she's the Autumn Witch, and her kind of role, or they control all things in the world. And this particular one, the Autumn Witch, she always has to do all the bad stuff. She controls all the terrible things. And then she's picked to marry like a prince or something like that. And she's like, wait, hang on, I'm the one that does like the nasty stuff. Why me? And the story kind of goes from there. So I'm super excited to read that. Like I said, the way Bailey was talking about this, she said it was phenomenal. So I am super excited. It just sounds, and like I said, Exorcism of Fairies, I cannot wait to read. I'll be reading that this month and letting you know. I might get to that one soon as well if I really like that. Okay, here's my Realm of Thieves. So again, this is going to be in a new release vlog. This is Karina Howley's latest release, and this is her first, I think, no, isn't her first fantasy. She does lots of fantasy, but this is dragons. Okay. It's Karina Howley. It is dark romance. It is dragons, rival thieves, hungry dragons, and scorched hearts. And that is all I need to know. Yes. Just yes. Yes to all of that. Yes to Karina Howley in every way. Now, this is open because I think I pulled Silver Elite out of this one. So we'll see what else is in here. You tell me. Ah, yes. So I have been collecting all of the original Magnolia Parks covers because they are absolutely stunning. I don't know who decided to change those covers to the hideous. I'm sorry if you like them, but in my opinion, those covers with like the girl and oh, they're terrible. But these are so beautiful. So look at that. So I'm going to be doing an entire Magnolia Parks series read as well. That's going to be coming either next month or the month after, probably next month. Why does everything match my dress today? I've dressed for my book haul. But, I mean, what else do I say? It's Magnolia Parks. Moving on. Right, we've got another one up here, and then I'm going to have to dive back down. All right. Okay, so this is Fragile Sanctuary. This is by Catherine Cowles. I've recently discovered a love for romantic suspense. So I don't know why it's taken me that long. And the thing is, now thinking about it, I have read romantic suspense before, but haven't really thought about it as a specific genre, but it really is. So it's kind of combining the best parts of thriller that I love and like mysteries, and I've always loved things like NCIS and Criminal Minds and like procedural detective stuff, and obviously thrillers and mysteries, plus romance. Duh. So this one is a swoony small town romance that will set your heart racing. And there's also like a mystery involved in this. So apparently this is very sweet. This is very romantic. There should be another Catherine Cowles book in here that I am absolutely dying, no pun, to read. That's also in a similar vein. That's a standalone. This is the first in the series, but I'm really looking forward to seeing whether or not I like that. And then so I have been purchasing all of the Zodiac Academy, but I think I've got 4 at this point. If you're in the UK, okay, and you're trying to buy Zodiac Academy books, please let me know if you can get them anywhere that isn't charging like 25 quid for a book, for a soft cover book. Like, they are ridiculously priced. So again, I think the first 4 were like, I managed to get like 2 of them on the 30% off, which really helps. But I want to do an entire Zodiac Academy read because it really sounds like the kind of thing that I will absolutely love. And again, ties in with my kind of more urban fantasy leanings. So this is about a magical school. You've got 2 Fae twins who don't know that they're a kind of Fae royalty or special. They just think they're ordinary humans. And then they get thrust into this magical school and all hell breaks loose, and it's bully romance, and it just sounds so, so good whenever I hear anyone talking about it, and I need to get onto that bandwagon. Hee-haw! Because I like a bandwagon. Okay. Now, sorry about that, by the way. Let's see what else we've got here. Lawless Gods. So, I think, if I didn't miscalculate, I bought the whole of the series, the Lola King series. This is the North Shore series. This is Beautiful Fiend. This is book 1. Lawless Gods is book, I don't know. It's one of the books. But I bought, again, they were all 30% off, so I bought the entire series. So this is one of them. There'll be some more. This is dark romance. Lola King is apparently very, very dark, which is what I love. The North Shore boy, I think they're not mafia, it's more like organized crime gang kind of dark romance. So yeah, so hugely looking forward to that. Okay. Oh, okay. So how do we there are yeah, I think Amazon must have been like, oh my god, okay. So again, this is the second Daisy Hates book. Daisy Hates the Great Undoing in the original covers. You've heard my spiel. Then I'm currently in the middle of Keeping 13. I read Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh last month. Oh my god, it shattered me. Keeping 13 is the way that starts. I mean, again, coming from a family where I had an abusive alcoholic father, and reading that and hearing Shannon and Joey's story and their siblings, it's yeah. But because I like to torture myself, I am planning to do an entire reading vlog on it. So we have Redeeming 6 and Saving 6, and then I'm listening to Keeping 13 on audio, but that is the actual book. So that was a Chloe Walsh-a-thon. Then another box. I know. It's just So this is the ties. The ties we steal. So this is Monty J. She Can't Run But You Can't Hide, the Hollow Boys Book 1 series. Again, this is one I've been wanting to read for ages, and it's just been sitting in my basket. Dark romance. Is this a school? We stood dressed in the nines, wearing our wedding dress. Oh no, this is Hollow Heights University. So this is a university. It reminds me of the Legacy of God series. So dark romance at a university setting. I think a bit of a bully romance going on as well. Everybody says Monty J is really, really good and really, really dark. So that's all I needed to know. Then That's Sick Love. Again, Jessie Hall. I have read a few Jessie Halls and I love them. So I do have Green Light I still need to read. And then everybody says that this is incredible. This is, Fornication and Sin. So this is about, I think, a girl who gets raised in like a cult, a very religious cult. And then this boy, he breaks out and he kind of tries to tries to get her out of the cult and show her that it's wrong. Apparently this is incredibly spicy, incredibly hard hitting, the way I think all of Jessie Hall's books are. But like I said, up until this point, I've loved Jessie Hall. So again, this has been on my TBR, in my cart forever. So I was like, bye now. Then Zodiac Academy. We have another Zodiac Academy book. This is number 3. So this is Zodiac Academy 3. Ooh, okay, something just fell. We don't know. And actually, hilariously, we've just gone backwards. This is the first Magnolia Parks book in the original cover. I love these covers. So that's that. And then Zodiac Academy book 2. So I think those are all of my Zodiac Academy and Magnolia Parks books. Okay, we've reached the final box. If you're still here, hello, hi, thank you for coming. This is gonna be okay. Oh my god, there are a lot of books. Oh, okay. I might need to just put this down and just look at my background. We'll pull some up. Hello, hi. Okay. So this is Ferocious. This is Lee Rivers. Insatiable, book 2. I have Insatiable back there. And again, I was like, look, it's been in my basket. I know I'm going to read the whole series. Have I just ordered book 3? Potentially. But yes, this is book 2. Again, I've heard so many booktubers talk about this, booktubers that I love and whose taste I trust, and who say that this is incredible. This whole series is incredible and it gets better after book 1 even. So this is very dark romance. I believe this is like kind of stalker, serial unaliver, potentially romance. But yeah, I wanted to get book 2, so I've got it ready to go. Then, now, if anybody's been here for a while, Hills of Shivers and Shadows by Ms. Pam Godwin. I still think about that book. I kid you not. I kid you not. I think about those characters every day. And I wonder how Frankie and Wolf and Leo and Cody are doing. I really do. I need to continue in the series. But I've had this weird fear, because then if I continue and I read them all, it'll be over. I know. It makes no fucking sense. But I got Cage of Ice and Echoes. I will be reading this next month. I also have ordered book 3 from Waterstones, I think, but it said it takes a while because I've got to order it from the publisher, so I really hope they can get it, because I had some points. So this is book 2. I really want to delve back into this, but I'm kind of scared. This is one of the best dark romance series. I'll talk about the whole series at some point, but Pam Godwin is incredible anyway, but the emotion she writes into the series, and it's like a dark romance, a kidnapping story, a survival story. The characters are incredible. It's why I choose, but each of the characters are really distinct. They all have their own personalities. Our main character, Frankie, she's incredible. I love her as an FMC. The series is so good. And yeah, everybody I know says the whole series is good. So it's not that I've been scared to finish a good. That makes no sense. Oh, just excuse me. Then this is Loving the Liar by Lola King. Apparently I ordered another Lola King. Didn't I just have a Lola King book? Oh my god. I think I got to the point where I was just blindly hitting. Oh no, that was Monty J. Oh no, yes. Sorry. Come back. So I'm gonna take another drink. Yeah. So yeah. Because it said university, I was like, hang on, didn't I just order university? So this is Monty J. So this is Monty J's other series. So you've got the North Shore series, which I really hope the others are in there somewhere because I know I ordered them. And this is Loving the Liar, which is her new series. This is book 1, and I think book 2 has just come out as well. And this is Silver Falls University series. So again, dark romance, university, Legacy of Gods. If you haven't noticed by now, I love anything set in a school setting. So whether it's a high school or a university or, you know, teacher, professor, or a magical university. I blame Harry Potter for this. But yeah, anything set in a school setting, I love. Probably because I never had that kind of school experience. I mean, obviously I went to school. But I went to school in Africa, and we, you know, these very kind of like American, I used to watch those TV series and love that. And we didn't have that, or even like the British boarding schools as well. It was very much, you go to school, you do your lessons, you go home. It wasn't this. I mean, mind you, I don't think anything is really dark but you never know. Maybe someone had a dark romance university experience. We don't know. But just ignore me. Right, where are we going to now? Oh, we may as well finish Lola King. So yes, I know, there's still another one to go, I think. But this is Delightful Sins, which is the 3rd or something book in the Lola King. So that goes over there. Then I got the Assassin's Blade. I'm going to be doing a whole... where's my beautiful... So I have this beautiful, beautiful Throne of Glass, Sarah J. Maas, a book that I actually managed to pick up in a charity shop, believe it or not. Those were the days when I used to pick up these kind of books in charity shops. I've never read Throne of Glass. So I started reading this, and you can see my bookmarks in there, loving it. And then I was watching Mariana's video, and she was saying to read Assassin's Blade first. So I was like, who am I to argue with Mariana? So I'm going to order the books so I can read them. Because I really don't necessarily want to be reading this beautiful copy, but hey, never mind. But yes, I'm going to be reading, again, that'll be in a reading vlog. I'm going to be reading the entire Throne of Glass series. There you go. And this one, Laura got me into this. So this is To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. When the Moon Hatched was one of my favourite books of last year, and I cannot wait for the sequel. However, in the meantime, because apparently it has to be pushed to next year, yeah, I'm not very around for that. Anyway, so I'll read When the Moon Hatched again, but apparently this series is like a take on, is it Beauty and the beast, someone said. But this is supposed to be even darker, even more beautiful. Like this girl, he comes in and he pricks her finger and he takes some of her blood every day and she doesn't know why. But everybody that's read the series, I think this is the first book, I think this is a multi-book series, but everybody says that this book is incredible and it's darker and it's lyrical and it's just outstanding. So again, there's a bandwagon I'm on. Actually, this looks like I'm riding a fake horse. Sorry, I think I've literally lost my mind. It's all the book fumes. Then Secrets of Alcross Academy, K.M. Marinova. This is book 2, To the Deathless Shadows. Again, this is set in an academy setting, and I'm just nothing if not predictable. Wicked things are happening at Alcross Academy. So again, I think this is like a magical, spooky academy. Everything that I love in life. Dark romance, magical, spooky academy. What more can I say? It was a really bad mental health couple of weeks, okay? Don't judge. We're here to listen and not judge. But if I pass away and anybody wants me to bequeath my books to them, let me know. Then I was talking about Catherine Cowles. This is All the Missing Pieces. This is the one I was talking about. I was really excited. This is a standalone, but it's a suspense romance, like a thriller, whodunit, mystery romance book. And everybody says this is phenomenal. And this one is more heavy on the kind of mystery and the suspense, people tell me. So I'm really, really looking forward to reading this. So this is sometimes the last thing you expect is exactly what you need, but the final missing piece, and sometimes it comes in the form of a towering, broody sheriff determined to get in your way at every step. So yeah, so she's investigating what happened, and I think she's a journalist. And yes, she falls for the sheriff. That's great. And that will be read soon. Then this is book 2. So this is The Sins of Silas. Like I said, this is book 2 of the Kylie Snow. Please tell me I didn't get the same book twice. I'm pretty sure this is book 2. It's either that or I've bought the same book twice. But anyway, this just should be the second book in the Sins of the Lies of Lena is the first one, and this is The Sins of Silas. So this is book 2. So I'm not gonna read this. I didn't realize it was quite so big. I'm really looking forward to reading this series though. Apparently it's phenomenal. Believe me, you'll be seeing me read all of these books very soon because they're all the ones that I'm excited about. I think I told you I've been doing a massive unhaul. I did do some videos and then I scrapped them because I don't like unhauls feel negative to me. And there were books I didn't really like, but I might still do something around the unhaul. But I've got to rehaul. and oh no, we're almost done, folks. I think that's everything that's in this box. It's a big box. So the next one is Black Rose, Karina Halley. This is the second book in Blood Orange. That was a Dracula duet set in Venice. Now, originally when I read Blood Orange, I was like, oh, I'm not so sure about it. But you know what? I think about that damn book all the time. And what I've noticed with Karina Halley books is because I read Nocturne, which was her latest book, which I loved. It's set in the 1940s. It's like LA Confidential meets vampire. These characters kind of turn up. And I was like, I really want to read more of his story. So this is the second book in that duet. You can read just the first one, but this is book 2. And like I said, I don't have to repeat that I want to read everything Karina Halley ever wrote. So there you go. Then, oh, yes. Harley LaRue, Losers. So I have the Dare somewhere. She says with great confidence, it's there. It's a very tiny book, which is like the prequel novella to the series. And this is The Losers. This is book 1. I believe there is a book 2 as well. So this is about, again, this is kind of set at high school. And she says, I've been prom queen, cheer captain, high school's most savage queen bee. I could have had everything I've ever wanted, except them, the freaks, the weirdos, the school's ultimate losers. And again, I think this is a why choose with the school outcasts. And everybody that loves, I love Harley LaRue, but everybody that loves Harley LaRue, everybody that loves dark romance and kind of that, the why choose bully, has said the series is phenomenal. So that is book 1. That'd be book 2. Oh, look at them. Oh, okay. Which one do I like? Ooh, Has to be Mr. Darkhair with all the tattoos in the front there. Yep, that's my kind of guy. So book 1 and book 2, and then only 2 more books to go. I might actually add on because I'm expecting. Never mind. But for now, only 2 more books to go, and the last of the Lola King North Shore books, Heartless Between. I think the Heartless Beloved. Sorry, I think this was the last one because weirdly they had all the other ones at 30% off except the second book, which was really annoying. And then suddenly that became available as well. So there you go. And then finally, Obsession, and this is by Harley Beck. This is imagine my surprise when my chance to interview the country's most notorious man on death row lands on my table. My final confession is too good of an opportunity. His final confession is too good of an opportunity to turn down. So she goes in there. I think she is an FBI profiler, but she goes in to interview this guy on death row, and there may be a romance between them, Savannah and Robbie. But again, you know my love of a of that kind of serial killer romance, because I'm sick and twisted and I love that kind of thing. And how cool is that cover? And that is it for now. I did also buy books when I was in London, but that will be in my vlog, and you're probably sick of me. They're here somewhere. You're probably sick of me talking, but hey, why not? Why not talk some more? If you haven't watched, or if you're, I don't know what's going to be posted first. I think my London vlog is going to be posted first, but if you haven't seen that, they gave me this bag of Waterstones. I love them. And I went to a bookstore that's kind of the first a romance-only bookstore in London, and I got The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Then I bought this in the Oxfam charity shop. This is Heart-Shaped Bruise, and this is about a girl who she apparently killed fellow students, but she's not said a word, and she's been locked up for it, and she's now telling her story of what really happened, which I thought sounded really interesting. Then we have The Thrashers by Julie Soto, because I was like, I need to read this again. High school mean girl drama, and She of Rose and Chains. And then Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is Age Gap Summer Romance. This will be in my summer romance vlog. So very excited about, you can't see if I put that. I've got so many books around me right now. And then this one, Romance is Dead. This is by K.T. Bon. And I just thought this was hilarious. This is, I think, about a scream queen. Yeah, a former scream queen in like the movie industry, which I just love. This is my kind of rom-com-y thing. So that's going to be in the video as well. And then They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. This is apparently a really great thriller. Again, set at a university. And I love The Favourites by Lane Fargo. So I have so been desperate to read this because it hadn't been available in the UK for ages, and it finally got released. So I picked those up. If I get any more books, I'll add on to this. But for now, thanks for watching. Leave me a book emoji if you got this far. Bye!